Welcome everybody, thanks for joining us on today's webinar. We are re-recording this webinar for the people that didn't join us unfortunately at our event in October. So we've been asked to re-record it again just so that we can put some of the announcements out there for everybody that didn't get the opportunity to join us this year. Hopefully you can join us next year. So I've got something very important to tell everybody today, and that is we've sold the business. Well, when I say we've sold the business, I've sold the business along with other EMI members, and we've sold it to a group of people who are very well known, very well liked in the industry, and they are our own employees. And we've created an employees owners trust. So our company is now completely run by the staff that manage it, which I just think is a great opportunity for not only our staff members, but of course all of our resellers and partners that work with us very closely. I think it creates a really good relationship and a bond throughout the company. And really, again, it just extends the family of people that own the business to everybody involved now. I'd like to introduce Luke, who's going to give us a recap on what's gone on 2024 so far.
Hi everybody, my name is Luke Greaveson and I am General Manager of NTA and now also part owner. I'm going to take you through a quick overview of some of the things we've released over the past 12 months. So first of all, we have text-to-speech. So why did we introduce text-to-speech? Well, on a telephone system, you often need to set up a voice recording for IVRs, voicemails, on-hold announcements, etc. And before we had text-to-speech, you would either have to submit your own voice, which nobody liked to do, or you could pay a professional voice artist to record the message for you. The problem with that is, a lot of people like to change their recordings throughout the year, and if you get a professional voice artist to change it every time, then it can become quite expensive. So we created a solution which is flexible and cost effective. So with our text-to-speech, you go on the portal and you can choose from 12 unique voices. You enter your custom script, which you can actually listen to before you purchase, just to make sure it sounds okay. And once you're happy with it, you submit the recording and you'll find that recording under sounds on the portal. This will then be ready to use for your announcements, but you can also download it as a WAV file if you wanted to use it elsewhere. Next we have transcribe and summarize. So this is another portal feature we've added. Last year we created new call recording solutions which allows you to choose from either time-based recordings or storage-based recordings. If you use one of these solutions, you will notice next to the recordings there will be a transcribe button. If you click on the transcribe button, it will show you the length of the call and the size of the file. You'll have the choice to just transcribe the call, which will show you a transcription of what was said on the call, or you could transcribe and summarize. So this will give you a short summary of what was said on the call using AI. Once you send the request, depending on the size of the file, it will be available in a matter of minutes. And this can be quite useful for auditing and training. So rather than listening through hours worth of calls, you can find exactly what you're looking for within the text. Okay, so next we have TPS. TPS stands for the Telephone Preference Service. The ICO has been clamping down on spam calls, and I'm hearing more and more stories of companies receiving large fines for calling numbers that are on the TPS list. We've updated the way you can purchase TPS from us to make it a bit easier. There are two ways you can now purchase TPS from us. You can still use the old method, which is purchasing TPS for every extension on the account, or you could use a new method, which allows you to select specific extensions that you would like to turn TPS on. Once turned on, if the user tries to contact a number which is registered on the TPS list, they will be told you are not allowed to dial this number and it's on the TPS list. On top of that, we have also added a way you can check to see if a single number is on the TPS list. It's free to use, but you can only check one number at a time, and you'll find that on the portal under Features TPS. Next we have the full provisioning of Yealink handsets. So Yealink are the main supplier into the UK now, and we see Yealink being the preferred choice of third-party hardware on our system. Because of this, we have allowed for Yealink handsets on our system to have full provisioning. So this now means you can update BLFs directly from the portal, have live reprovisioning requests without rebooting. D&D notifications can work across all devices, and there are many more features you can now access. From our feedback we've got from partners, this seems to be a really popular decision. So the NTA store is something we've been working on for a few years now, but only over the last year have we started rolling out to all our partners. Each store is completely branded for each partner, and you're able to see the full hardware range we have available with live pricing, and you can purchase hardware directly from the website rather than having to contact our sales team every time. You're also able to see your previous orders and invoicing for hardware, which can come in handy. We've changed the way that we do our training sessions, so we've broken up our technical training into two. So we now have the basic session and an advanced session. Additionally, we also have regular sales training sessions now, and we also have product sessions. All of our sessions are free to join, and anyone can sign up for them. Lastly, we have released a new handset to join our hardware range. As you've just seen, we've released a new handset to join our existing range, the W11. So the W11 is our first desk-based phone with built-in Wi-Fi, and it's perfect for situations where cabling is not an option. It does still have an RJ45 on the back, so if you do need to plug it into the internet where Wi-Fi is a bit limited, that's no problem. We only released the handset about 6 weeks ago now, and it seemed to be very popular so far. So that is all from me. I'm going to pass you over now to Paul Marcello, who will continue to look at the MobeX enhancements. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so what's changed on MobeX Plus? Well, let's give you a little bit of an update on what's gone on with MobeX Plus over the last couple of months. We've added a fair amount of new features, and some of these involve things like avatars, the hot swap feature, and particularly things like our dark mode has become very apt for all browsers today who want to have the ability for dark and light mode. And of course, one of the key features that we added, which was a key telephony feature, which is the ability to conference. This took a little bit longer than expected to build, but we are very happy with the results on that, and we've now got a full conference facility enabled on MobeX Plus. MobeX Web. Let's give you a little bit of an update on MobeX Web. There's been, again, lots of new features been added. As you know, within our with what we do out on our MobeX, the development is happening very fast, and quite a lot of you have the pleasure of benefiting from using our MobeX beta, so that you can see exactly what's coming next for future releases. You know, we try our best to release new features as quickly as possible after they've been tested. Then obviously we give you the chance to test them with us as well, using it in the beta environment. Things like that's recently been added on is the ability to build custom boards within the MobeX Web. So this is the ability to be able to take those nice DSS or direct station selectors or presents, whatever you want to call them, and you can move them around onto the screen, and you can drop them into different groups, creating your own custom boards. So for instance, if you want to build a sales group or a support group, you can just see those people within that group, and it just makes it very easy to control what's going on. We've also worked some on the messaging on the side of the system as well. So there's things like new emojis that are available, also some tooltips that now appear when you hover over different sections. And you can do things like cut and paste files directly into the system as well when you're messaging.
Hi, I'm Cliff Chandler, Head of Sales at NTA. Today I'm going to be introducing a new product into the portfolio. As most of you are aware, we've been working with a CRM integrator that has provided us with a product called UC+. We're in the process of retiring that product in favour of a new supplier called Red Cactus. They are compatible with 65 plus telephony platforms and over 200 CRM and ERP software solutions. We have completed the integration and have named the CRM connector MobeX. That protects your white label proposition, so your customers won't see NTA on the CRM connector list. So let me introduce Bubble. This is the pop-up tool for your desktop. It's one tool with straightforward pricing and all the functionality that the customer requires. It has an advanced search bar to search for all your contacts. It has core login abilities that can allow notes to be put directly into your CRM. The screen pop-up notifications are fully editable, so you can design them to meet your requirements. And you can configure automation flows as well, so live automation flows. So let's now take a look at the Bubble CRM ERP integrations. Well, there are 200 plus. From that list, you can have a single sign-on, two-factor authentication. It allows you to click to dial, select to dial. You can have multiple integrations. That means that you can have two CRM applications under one user license. You can have multiple profiles. You can clone profiles if you've got a lot of customers, and you can lock those profiles as well. If you've got telephony integration already in one of the CRM applications, like Salesforce, for instance, the product can be used as a gateway. And of course, it will work on Windows and Mac OS. Bubble automations. In most instances, when an incoming call comes in, you want to see that customer pop up on your screen. So with this, you can literally build your own. You can open actions. They're all editable. You can change any parameters, execute scripts, automatically popping up a CRM contact. It really can meet customer needs with thousands of different possibilities. Let's now take a look at Bubble Desktop. The Bubble Desktop has pop-up notifications, an advanced search bar. It provides the ability to click to dial. You can have 4 action buttons that are fully customizable. It can record call information. You can see call history and call notes. And you can look at multiple results where the number appears several times in the CRM application, but more about that a little bit later. The call control is via MobeX, and of course you can actually use the handset as well. You have color pop-ups. If you can see here that if it's black, it hasn't been answered. If it's green, then it's been answered. It has a call timer, so you can see the time duration. And the content within the actual pop-ups is fully editable by the customer, so they can add as much information as they wish. It also has multi-language capability, where you can screen pop in different languages. The internal caller, you can turn that on so you can see internal caller's information, or you can actually turn that off. You can also retrieve a closed pop-up to review notes and add notes. Bubble has been designed with the customer in mind. You can move the screen and position. So if you've got multiple screens, you can move the pop-up into any one of those screens. You can also hide the pop-up as well. You can mute the pop-up if you don't want to see it. You can call back from any number on the screen just by clicking on it and to dial back. You can copy data, so you've got the ability to copy data into the CRM. Any call notes you take on Bubble will be automatically entered into the CRM as well, which is quite cool. You can automatically send an email, you can automatically send a WhatsApp message, and you can also send Teams chats. It's all configurable, and that really does depend on the CRM application that you are using as well. Along with the Bubble pop-up, you can also get a call registration pop-up. That allows you to see multiple results for the same number, and then you can select the CRM application that you may want to put that note in. You can auto-hide the pop-up as well if you don't want to see it. There is also a call history button that you can click that pulls up the previous call history along with all the notes, so I can actually see which of my colleagues have already been speaking to the customer. I can also click on the redial button to call that customer back if I wish. Bubble's advanced search bar allows you to search for numbers and names across all the CRM applications. The search bar will then allow you to open a CRM contact card. It also gives you the ability to actually dial that customer back once you've selected the number. It allows you to open up WhatsApp, Teams chats, or the call history, and send an email. Some of the other features on the search bar are the ability to be able to see your colleague's status, whether they're busy or whether they're offline. You can move the position of the search bar anywhere on the screen. You have a hotkey to bring the search bar up as well, an F key, function key. You've got the ability to dial out from it as well, and the ability to automatically start it up from the main screen. Bubble's been designed with the customer in mind. You will also have access to the Bubble knowledge base. It has extensive content with installation manuals, user manuals, frequently asked questions. NTA will provide you the direct supports. Obviously, Red Cactus would actually support us directly, and you would contact us in the normal manner, whether it's via phone call, whether it's via WhatsApp or an email, and we will give you that assistance. Bubble roadmap. There are 200 plus integrations already provided. However, there are about 15 being developed now. If, however, the integration that you require is not on the list, give us a call and we can discuss costs and lead times. It's always been fairly difficult trying to demo a CRM application. However, what we have for you is a 30-day free trial. This allows you to offer Bubble to the customers that require it, 30 days with a maximum of 5 users. And that's for all of your customers that are trialing, not just one, but if you've got 5 customers who want to trial it, then 30 days for each of those customers. It is proven that partners who actively offer test licenses can achieve a conversion rate higher than 82%. So that's why we're doing this. Once the customer's got this in place, they rarely let it go. So what I'd like you to do is contact the sales team, where we'll be able to give you the relevant pricing. Thank you very much.
Hello, so we are here today to announce lots of stuff, lots of releases on beta and new developments. The beta release are being released already, so there is lots of stuff new available for you guys to test. And the future developments should be available for you in the next months, basically until the end of this year and the first quarter of 2025. To start, I'd like to talk about the new TeamX solution. The TeamX solution is our replacement for the Call to Team solution. It's our own system integrated with Teams, so we are running our own solution inside of our own servers, which is really a good solution. It's really nice. It's cheaper because we can offer you the same kind of services for a better price, and I'm pretty sure that you like what you see. It's almost ready to be released, so keep looking on our website and our emails, and you see when it's available in beta. And we're gonna also ask you for your help testing your own comms, because then you can have a proper feedback. We are testing internally, but of course it's not the same. And so as much feedback can you have before putting it in production will be really, really helpful. And I think that you really like what you're gonna see. We got a few more stuff about beta, and I would like to ask Paul to introduce you one of our new stuff that I think that you get really excited about. Please, Paul.
Thanks, Marcelo. So we've also now released, or about to release, the NTalk platform, the portal. So what is NTalk? Well, you've all been using your own portal entry for gaining access to the system. What we've done, we've created a completely separate interface. We've called it NTalk. So it's now actually got a name rather than just keep referring to it as the portal. So we're going to allow you, as beta testing, to be able to log into the NTalk portal. You'll be able to see all of your own customers. You'll be able to make changes on the system live with all the new interface that we've built for you. Later on, we will be bringing that interface back into the normal production system, where you'll have all of your branding and all of your portal entry that you've used on the current system now. It will all be converted over to the new style. But what we wanted to do was release the new portal to you first, so you can see how it looks and how it feels, and and some of the nice new features that are on there. The first one that you may notice, we've now finally dropped the words telephone lines and we're now calling it extensions, because let's face it, who wants to connect to a PBX anymore? Everything's going hosted. Why would you want to connect to a PBX? So we've gone back to actually calling it an extension, and you'll see that move up the list in the drop down menu on the tabs on the left hand side now. We've also done some nice work around creating some standard and advanced views of the screens. So if you want to keep it very simple when you're setting something up, you can just work off of the standard screen. And then if you need to delve into something that's a little bit deeper, then you can switch to the advanced mode of the screen. And of course, if you prefer to keep the advanced mode on all the time, it will remember that as you move from page to page as well. So again, that's really nice. There is again dark mode available on the portal as well, obviously to help with everyone's eyes, but you're quite welcome to use dark and light mode. Again, one of the things we've had to work on that is we've had to rework everybody's logos to make sure that they are compatible with dark and light mode. So you may see some color changes when we go live with the portal on the production system. We've also done something that's really nice. Everybody's seen the manuals that we've created, and for all intents and purposes, it's been a searchable PDF document that you've always had access to over the last 18 months. What we've now done is we've taken that and we've broken it up into sections, and we've now put it onto help buttons. You'll see in the top left hand side of the description of the page you're on, you'll see a little question mark. If you hover over that, it tells you that it's a help file. If you click on it, it'll take you to the exact page of the help file that you need help with, and hopefully it will assist you in being able to set things up. Don't forget, this isn't we're not telling you to never ring us or anything like that. We still welcome the phone calls, we still welcome the emails. You're still more than welcome to give us a ring and get some help if you need it. But if you want to jog your memory on something, and it's 11 o'clock at night or something like that, this is a great way of being able to do that. Further down the line, we hope to add some videos on as well, so that'll make it quite nice too, so you'll be able to see some live stuff happening too. And basically what we've tried to do is make this interface feel a lot more modern. I would argue that whether it's a 2024 update, it's more of a 2020, I would say, but it's certainly taken us from a 2000 portal that we've had and loved for God knows how long. So please don't be fearful of the portal, okay? Welcome it with open arms. I'm sure you'll be delighted with the changes that we've made, and you'll be able to see and take advantage of everything that we've done.
Yeah, and on the top of that, we got just not the new interface, but we got a few more features that you can start to test right now on the beta portal and talk portal. First is the multi-factor authentication. So now you can enable the multi-factor authentication per user. So you got OTP, so a one-time password that's gonna send to your email, and with that you can log in. Something that we developed after the conference that maybe I shouldn't be talking right now, but because we are releasing that probably in time, we also get a logout timeout, so we can set up your that person to log out from the system after 1 hour, 1 day, 7 days. If it's of inactivity, it should be available by the middle of November, and please, we'd like that you test that for us too. Also, something else that we add was the voicemail transcription. People asked us a lot about being able to transcript the voicemails, and we developed that. This is done per mailbox, so if you configure the mailbox to be able to receive the transcriptions, every time that someone left a message on that mailbox, you're gonna receive an email with the summary, about information about the number, time of the call, all that stuff. You got the WAV file and you can listen to the voicemail, but also you got the transcription in the body of the mail, which just make it easier for you. You don't need to open and read, listen to the file, but you can listen if there's some stuff that you really want to check. We got now about much more stuff to release on this NTalk portal. We are going to talk later about that, but for now I would like to hand the word to Paul again. He's going to talk a little bit more about our service of solutions. It's not something it's probably already in production, right, Paul?
It is in production.
We got a few resellers testing it, our partners testing that stuff. but Paul can explain the whole idea about that, and I think that's a nice solution for you guys, and a niche that you can explore in our services.
So we've had some interest in what happens with these companies that run service offices. Generally you'd have a fixed PBX with a plugged-in, call pricing system, a call login system, and somebody in the office would generate an invoice for each of their tenants, off of the phone system and off of the call login, the billing system. So what we decided to do was to extend that out onto our system, so you can actually take our hosted solution and you can turn that into a service office solution, but with a few little extra add-ons as well. What we've done, because we've now got the ability to work with MobeX web, where you can create custom boards, what we're allowing you to do is we will allow you to, as the service office owner, you can actually see your tenants underneath you and physically see the status of what's going on with their extensions. So you can see presence across all of the other extensions that are below you, which is quite a nice little feature to have, especially if the receptionists are, one of their jobs is to answer the calls for the tenants. So the idea is that if a call comes in, the tenant can't answer, the call bounces to the receptionist can take the call and know where the calls come from to start off with, and can also look at the status of those people within that company to see whether they're in do not disturb or actually on calls, and they can then answer the call as if they're actually sitting in their office, because they can physically see the status of everything that's going on. Now, okay, we're calling this the service office solution, but I think it's probably ideal for head offices and maybe multi-branch organisations as well, that perhaps want the ability to again handle calls for their branches, but at the same time have the ability to see what's going on. So it's kind of allowing the customer, your customer, to have a multi-tenanted scenario where they can see their customers below and keep an eye on what's going on. And of course, with this solution as well, because we've got the built-in billing platform, then they can also use this built-in billing platform to create the invoices for calls. And if they want, they can even add on, the service office rental as well, or, the fact they've done 10 faxes for them, or whatever it might be. They can add it all into our billing system and use the billing system as a complete solution for their clients to actually, collect their money, as well as really properly identifying and costing the calls out as well. So yeah, that's our service office solution.
So yeah, now we got lots of new developments to talk about and stuff that's under development. A few of these things you saw probably in the last conference, but most of these things are new developments. And for the people that came and visited us in the conference, they were able to see that in real time. So we, different from the last year, we show everybody what we are developing, so they can experience and use our solutions, which is really nice. And that's why we would like to have you in the next conference, because you're doing it again. So it's nice to introduce you and show you, and you can just play with that and just give us the feedback in real time. So it's really, really nice. To start, I'm gonna start talking about service package, something that we talked about last year, and it was really hard. We still didn't finish yet. But it's under heavy development, and I would like to ask Paul his help for introduce for our new partners what you are talking about, because they don't know exactly about what it is. So please, Paul.
Okay, thanks, Marcelo. Yeah, so the reason why it's taken us a little longer to do the service packages is because, very simply, they've become absolutely enormous and so flexible that we wanted to extend the flexibility out to the resellers. So in fact, they could build their own service packages too, off of the base of our service packages, which means that you'll be able to do your own pricing, you'll be able to do your own bundle builds, and literally you can build a bundle for whatever you like, rather than just saying, here's a bundle, it includes 2,000 minutes, it includes 30 days call recording, it includes all the MobeX packages and its XYZ price. You can come to us and you can say, right, we need a package bundle of 1,522 minutes, we want 45 days call recording, we want all the MobeX solution in place, as well as we want to include numbers or services like such things like that. And we can include that all in the bundle, okay, and we can come up with a new service package price that's just for you. So we can dynamically build bundles for whatever our resellers want and need, to hopefully give you the flexibility for you to then take out to your customers. And there's been a lot of work around not only how do we put those bundles together, but how we actually then show you the bundles and what's involved and what's included. And as I say, and so as you go through the process of ordering a bundle or a service package, you'll be able to put the whole thing together and see yourself building the customer one by one, allocating it to an extension. Because what we also want to be able to do, we want to be able to do most of the setup for you as part of this order process as well. So, before you know it, within a couple of clicks, you've built your service packages linked to all the extensions that you've got, and it will should all just work really seamlessly through the whole process. But unfortunately, it's just taking a little bit longer than anticipated. But we are probably
a few months.
Yeah, a few months away from actually having something for testing. But we are definitely, 3/4 of the way through the process. Without a doubt. Unless, of course, I come up with some other scatterbrain idea of putting something together and throwing it into the model, or one of you guys say, "Have you thought about this?" Because obviously we do listen to what you guys say as well, and we really do want to include everything for you. We're working on that, and it will be quite an achievement for you to have it and use it, and it will be a really nice facility.
Yeah, we are going to return to that. We are developing a few more bits, but we are going to return to that soon, and I really want to finish that before or by March of next year. That's what our intentions. I just don't want to make it a new call recording, right, Paul? That took so much time to develop.
But it was worth the wait.
Exactly. Sometimes happens, right? So, okay. So something else that we're developing that I want to talk about is the departments, and we are adding departments to the system, which looks a little bit simple, but what comes behind that is much interesting. So the departments will be a way to do some bits on features and billing. So when you talk about billing, for instance, you could just add extensions or numbers to departments, and then you can just create invoices and summarize per departments, just give you some ideas of how much sales are costing for you with calls and stuff like that. The first thing that we are going to do probably will be the features, and we are going to start with phones. Not phones anymore, but extensions, right? And what we are intending to do is that allow you to create dynamic custom boards in the MobeX web, and that's why Paul was talking a lot about the custom boards. And so imagine that you can just add a few extensions to a department, and then you just come to MobeX web and say, I want to create a custom board for sales, and then it's just gonna pop up all the extensions on the sales straight away for you, and you don't need to provision anything else. So next time that you just remove an extension, add a new extension, it's gonna be straight away on that custom board without any changes, which just make things much easier for you guys and for everybody else handling this stuff on the web, on MobeX web.
So they'll dynamically change, as you add more people on or take people off. But you'll also be able to, if you're building a custom board, and let's say you've got 10 people in sales, but you also want to add 2 people from support, you can do that as well, and you'll be able to drop those in. But because it's perhaps focusing on the sales department, any people that go or come from the sales department will automatically get added to that sales department list straight away and will appear in your custom board. So it's quite a nice way of being able to build very quick custom boards for a customer.
Yeah. That's something that you should see happening. We are just working on MobeX with a few stuff that we're gonna talk soon. But after that, we finish that stuff. That will be one of our first new developments.
But going on to the departments, just to carry on with the departments. It's important to also say that with regards to the billing side, this is going to make some dramatic impact on how the billing is put together. We'll be able to do some better reporting, and I believe that we probably do need to upgrade our billing system to work better with everything that's going on, and I just think it might be an opportunity for perhaps people that are looking to change their current billing system to perhaps even consider using the built-in billing system on the platform. 1, saving you some money, and 2, taking advantages of all the features that we're building into it automatically.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that soon. But first, just to finalize that part, something else that we are looking is, of course, MobeX. MobeX is something that we talk a lot about. We got a few partners using, customers using, so it's a nice feature. And we are looking on adding more features to that. So we have something on alpha, so internal testing that, of course, we cannot demonstrate here, but basically you can predefine templates, and you can add these templates for BLF keys in your phone, and when someone calls you and you're not be able to answer, you press that button and you just send that message, a predefined message to that person on their WhatsApp. Of course, if we are talking about a mobile, right, Paul? The same if you call someone and that person could not answer, and you could just press that button and just send a message straight away to WhatsApp. I think that's a nice real feature, and we demonstrate in a couple of occasions now. Depending on the feedback and people really want this, we are going to put a little more of priority to develop that. But for now, we got that ready, and we just need to finish when we notice that is important, right, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, one of the ideas might be something like on an IVR. You know, when there's lots of calls coming in, and perhaps members of staff can't handle all of the calls coming in. Perhaps one of the options would be, you know, if you want to speak to sales, press 1. If you want to speak to support, press 2. If you want to start a conversation on WhatsApp, press 3, and you know, we can continue the conversation on there. Obviously, what we'd be doing is looking at the call coming in and seeing that whether it's coming in from a mobile or from a landline. If it's coming from a landline, then it wouldn't perhaps necessarily offer you that in the as one of the IVR options. But if we do see that it's coming from an 07 number, then we can very easily switch that to a different IVR that plays you the option for that option to say, hey, yeah, let's switch to WhatsApp and carry on the conversation on there. And what with the MobeX service running over the top of that, it means that people all within the office can all see the messages that's going on. So really, you're just taking it off of the phone system and onto a messaging system. You know, because some people are more than happy just to talk on, you know, very busy call centres, you know, may see that as a really big advantage, or at least to perhaps not lose business. For instance, again, you know, we could have it that if you're held in a queue, we could simply say, if you don't want to wait in the queue, press the star key, and we will switch to, we'll send you a WhatsApp message or a WhatsApp message so that you can start the conversation on there. Again, this all can be controlled by what numbers we see coming in. We wouldn't necessarily send that to a landline number, but we could send it as an option to a mobile number. Very flexible. We can see loads of opportunities for this, but again, we'd like your input on this, so that if there's anything that you think would work really well, then let us know. Just get it to ideas at nta.co.uk, and we can certainly look at some of those ideas for you.
Yeah, we need your feedback. Sometimes we need your feedback to define what's the priority of the development. Sometimes it's really hard. We have so many ideas, right, Paul, and you just need to
exactly
what's the first direction that you need to follow. So
exactly.
Well, returning to that billing stuff that Paul was talking about, we are also working initially for NTA, and then we are intended to provide all the partners with that. We are working in new invoices and the new charge system, right, Paul?
Yeah, thank God for that, because our invoices have not been pretty.
Yeah, now we got something already in place. We are testing internally, and we are intended to release these invoices, the initial version of these invoices this month, but we're gonna have to postpone a little bit. We are still want to ensure that everything is gonna run smoothly, but you see some changes. We are looking on summarize stuff based on your customers, so just give an idea of how much it's gonna cost you each customer in your system. So just trying to make it easier for you guys, and of course you can opt in for the new invoice. So if you prefer our old and legacy version, you can just continue to use it.
Why do they do that? I don't know. But you know, the new version I think will be very good. It will, like Marcelo said, it will break it down into your particular customers. So you'll have a very easy way of looking at one of your customers and saying, NTA's billing us £27. We're billing out, I don't know, £150. We know that we're making some good margins on that, so it'll be very easy to look at it and calculate out.
Yeah, and we are adding much more stuff on the invoice, so we can, like for instance, if you are using a Sogia, you can just see the address of that Sogia. We are adding much more information, and because of that, we are also adding much more information for the transactions report. So now when you look on the transactions, now probably in a couple of weeks you'll be able to do that. I would say by the middle of November, right, Paul? We're gonna be able to see that kind of stuff through our talk. But you'll be able to notice that there are much more information in the end of your CSV file. So you'll be able to see we are adding much more information in the end, so we don't want to create problems. So we just put in the end lots of new information to just give you a better description. For instance, we are splitting the customer name from the description, right? Or something that we couldn't do in the past. So we expect to see this. We are going to send an email with all this information just to explain what we are doing in the near future. But that's something really interesting.
But there's no need to panic because all the information you're currently getting will be at the front of the file anyway. So they'll be in the same columns. We're not moving any of the columns around. Anything that we're adding is being added to the end of the system, end of the TDR file or CSV file, so that you can then pick and choose what information you want from the various columns. And of course, we will give you a full description of what they're all for anyway. But I think you'll find it a lot easier to use, and you'll be able to gather a lot more information about your customers and how they're all linked. So it'd be very good.
Yeah, and with that too, we are also adding now the new TDR downloads, so the transactions data records. It's something that people asked in the past, so they want to have an easy way to get the TDRs, these files, available in their own emails or maybe in their FTPs. So what we did, we just look on what we are doing for the CDR downloads, and we create this TDR downloads. It works exactly the same way. We can just say I want to receive daily, weekly, monthly. I want to receive on my email, my FTP, and then you just schedule that stuff, and it just generates every night. It's just going to process and see if you have files and send the files for you. So it will be really, really easy. This is something else that's going to be on and talk by the middle of November. We are working on that, so we are gonna of course announce, but I think that's just gonna help a lot, especially if you download every month the transaction transaction report. You can just get that straight away in your email in the middle of the night, in the first of the month, like by 4 a.m. will be available for you. So that's what we are looking for. Also talking about Paul has some announcements talking about the documentation and some new stuff that you're adding.
Yeah, so on the new NTalk system, and again, this will come on the production version as well once we release it in your colours, of course. Is there's a section up there at the very top which is documentation, and under the documentation you'll be able to find direct links to all the manuals for things like the portal feature guide, which is the link that you've currently got now, but it'll be just easier accessible through the portal itself. There'll be some new manuals that have been created. There's the MobeX Plus, the MobeX Web, and also a MobeX UC manual, which I believe is almost all out of date already, as it's being changed again already. So
probably there are a few pieces that are being missing from this because we add a few more stuff in the last days.
So these manuals, by the way, guys and girls, are going to be constantly being updated, so they're live. So always refer back to them, because you will see as the features are getting added to the beta system, which you can see, you'll be able to access the documentation, and you'll see all the changes that are going on within the documentation. And I'll do my best to try and give a release version on each one to say what's going on, but ultimately these manuals will become your Bibles for everything that you need for any changes that's happened to the system. On top of that as well, we're working on some bespoke documentation, so all of your brochures that you've been currently getting from us and we've been sending to you via email, they will be accessible for you via the portal. So any new handsets that come out, they will automatically appear on the portal. So when we release the W11 handset, for instance, that automatically appeared or will appear in the portal for you to download and grab that manual, again with your logos on them and stuff like that, if you're one of our white label resellers, and you'll be able to utilize and share those details around. Again, instruction manuals or user guides for how handsets work and stuff like that, that's all on there. And we've even gone to the extent of putting on some pictures on there that you can download and use for your own artwork or wherever you want to use them. I think them ones are generic at the moment, but I'm hoping to get the branded ones on there too to make it really nice. So I'm trying to make it so that the portal is your go-to place for everything that you need, and access important information from the system.
We are getting there, so we have a few more bits to announce. And first one, it's MobeX UC. So we talked about MobeX UC last year, and we reached a level that MobeX UC came to a beta, internal beta. But however, there are people testing it, but we noticed that we need to change it again, but for the last time, I promise. And you understand why we need to change that in the next topic. But anyway, the good news is that we listen to our partners and we are making the MobeX UC a full SIP client. So you don't need to rely on your browser if you don't want anymore to have MobeX working on your Windows laptop or your computer, doesn't really matter.
So a fully installable, fully installable SIP client that will work on your Windows desktop.
Yes, exactly.
Fully installable.
Yeah, exactly. And you're gonna get dial pad. You're gonna have a dial pad, and you're gonna have all these features that you got on MobeX Plus and MobeX Web. So we're gonna bring all these features step by step. So initially you got a dial pad with transfers, you're going to have conference, so that's under development, really hard development, and it should be available on beta, I hope that by November, and the ways that the guys are working, I think that's almost there. But most important, you understand that this change was required because we got a new MobeX version, and it's MobeX for Teams. So MobeX for Teams is an app that you can install from the Teams App Store inside of your Teams client. Doesn't really matter if you're using mobile, if you're using the Teams on a desktop, or if you're using a browser. But using our MobeX for Teams, you'll be able to make and receive calls straight away from the Teams. And without the phone license, right, Paul? So it's a good saving.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? So actually you won't need to buy. Well, first of all, you won't need to take our Team X if you're already using Call to Teams. So you won't necessarily need to use that. But if you, this is the opportunity to have calling within Teams via our MobeX system without the need for that £7 license that you have to buy from Microsoft, which can always cause a bit of a problem. This way, you take one of our MobeX licenses and you get all the benefits of using MobeX, including the ability to use it in Teams.
Yeah, so basically what we need to do is that the way that the Teams applications work, you need to rely on a plugin, that's what they call. And our plugin on Windows, it's MobeX UC, and our plugin on the mobile, it's MobeX Plus. So we need to have this running and configured, and after that you're going to use them to handle the call. So when you make a call, on a desktop, you're going to use MobeX UC, but everything is automated. So you just press the button and just call your MobeX UC and just make a call. And you receive a call, of course, through MobeX UC, or on the mobile, the same stuff. So we just make it really easy for you to log in, get your information, and you can access your history, you can access your contacts, everything from the MobeX for Teams webpage inside of Teams. So you become an icon with a MobeX icon in your left menu. And it's something that we saw lots of people doing, and I think that's a really nice solution. And it's going to give you another opportunity to sell your services.
Yeah, so this isn't a clunky add-on. This is an integrated product that works within the Teams environment. Yeah. So if as far as your customers are concerned, they'll take the MobeX version for calling, and they will be using that. I mean, obviously, the MobeX, you can do chat, you can do video calling and stuff like that, but obviously that's what they've got Teams for, and that's what they want to use Teams for, and that's fine. But they want the ability to still be able to make phone calls, and this is the best way of doing it, because it actually takes the telephone call out of the Teams product and into the MobeX product, which means that we can control the call much better than what they do in the way Teams do it currently, or Microsoft do it currently, because it's I'd have to say, I still think Microsoft have got a bit of work to do to get it working right. Their side of telephony is still a bit clunky, so it's much better if we do the telephony. At the end of the day, that's what we're the experts in, so that's why we should be doing it, and this is the opportunity to do that. And of course, save you and your clients a little bit of money as well. Whether you pass that on or not is entirely up to you, but here's the opportunity for you to be able to use the telephony solution within Teams, but using MobeX instead.
Yeah, and to be honest, much more stable, because even now we are developing this TeamX solution, and we are seeing lots of issues with Microsoft, and it's something that is not just with us. Even if you're just using Teams, people are seeing this kind of issues, even just using pure Teams without any kind of integration. So it's a much more, I would say, stable. I know that we should just trying to sell TeamX, I know, Paul, but it's a different scenario. So it's a different opportunity, and it's a different product.
I think they work in hand in hand, because
exactly.
if you want to do calling within Teams, then you need that license, and you need that connection to a phone platform, which is exactly what TeamX is.
Yeah.
If you want to give people the ability to make phone calls just within Teams, but they're not really that fussed whether they're making the call via Teams or not, then here is a great opportunity to add on telephony at really hardly any cost to the client, because you're probably looking after their telephony solution anyway, and now you can bolt that onto their Teams solution, and have everything working hand in hand. So I just think it's a great opportunity to have both out there for the clients, and for you guys to offer whatever you think the client needs that will work for them.
Yeah, I think that MobeX for Teams and Bubble were the most interesting stuff that you released based on what our of course, and talk on the feedback during the conference, right?
Yeah, it was.
So what we intend to do is we are finishing the desktop version. It's already being tested. We show that in the conference. We are starting to work on the mobile version. We cannot release it to Microsoft until everything is done and tested, so it needs to work on all the platforms. So hopefully we got something on beta by the end of November. What we look for, and you don't know about that, is that maybe we can allow our partners to get this on their own environments on a beta version like we are doing internally. So we can just, if you're not totally ready for publishing on Microsoft, because when you publish you'll be production, right? We can just maybe give them some preview access, and we are going to do that. So as soon as you get ready, we'll let you know.
So when you say, I don't know, is this you guys all taking decisions on your own now? You're owners.
Yeah. It's also because it's something new that we figured out these days. But we are going to look. So if you got something that you can just show you. And this year we are gonna work on that, but we intend to have this done, like I said, all done by March of next year. Everything that we show here, including, if possible, service package. So that's it, guys. I think that's a lot, I know. And if you want to take a look, just keep a look at our roadmap and keep a look at our MobeX and our NTalk, and just be with us. Thank you.
Yeah, and please let us know if there's anything more that you need or that we're missing that you would like us to develop. We're really up for listening to you. We want to work really closely with you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, you're part of the NTA family. We want to make sure that you are getting all the benefits of everything you want from the system that you use. So thanks very much for listening, and we'll catch up hopefully at the next event, which I think is going to be October next year-ish, something maybe.
September.
I know the date, but I'm not allowed to announce it yet, just in case something changes.
Yeah.
But just this time, everybody, if you want to come, get in early, because the rooms were being sold out left, right and centre really quickly, and a few guys and girls had to stay off site, which was a really disappointment for them, because we had the bar open till 3 o'clock in the morning. So that was absolutely great. Thanks very much, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.